Oh, we're live, pal. No question about that there. We are live and in living color, if you will. As we take a look here. Let's see. Ugh. Fucking stupid setup of this fucking apartment. I hate this fucking apartment. Ugh. I suppose we'll, there you go. Gives you a little bit more from the wrestling angle. Seeing the wrestlers there. Here's, oh, can't have you dropping your title there, there, Roman. Lord knows you can't do that. You're Roman Reigns. You're the tribal chief. You're the head of the table. There's no dropping of titles for you, good sir. Okay. Party people in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. It's me. Let's shut some of this other shit down. We're waiting for some people to come through. Let's shut down some more of this shit here so that we get a little bit more bandwidth, a little bit more of the networking doing what it should be doing. Just being a network. Just being a network, Morty. Just doing his thing. Just all of the thing, Morty. Just again with the belt dropping. Is that a sign of things to come? Come on, Roman. Put you down right there for right now. All right. Just doing his thing, Morty. Just being a you know, doing the thing, doing it in the ring, doing the thing, Morty. Doing the thing. Let's see if we can get. Actually, I don't think I need to do this. So, yeah, if I'm right, I can get it right there. Okay, so that'll be that right there. It'll pop it up right there. Go over here. So my fucking internet decided it wanted to be a dick very early on. Like I started to set, let me tell you my adventures in trying to set this whole streaming thing up. I set a lot of this shit up way ahead of time, right? So there shouldn't have been any problems. Then, just as the Tribal Chief Bryan Danielson match gets started, the fucking my computer fucking craps out on me. Just fucking pauses. It had been working fine all afternoon. Not a care in the world, not a problem. But just as it's about to wind down in the fucking Danielson fucking Roman match, it just fucking freezes. And now it's acting all cattywampus on me and acting all super slow and shit. It's irritating the hell out of me. I think I need myself a drink. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day. What a day, yay. That's Bacardi rum. We'll do that. Rum and then the rest of this Coke here. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. And so I've been spending the last, really, 20 minutes or so trying to fix it. And not even necessarily trying to fix it, just trying to get it to work to a level where I can fucking even be... I can fucking even be here. Shit is fucking ridiculous. But we're here now. Even be... I can fucking even be here. And we got JC Oliver in the house. What's up, JC? Make sure you smash that like button since you're here and whatnot. Yes, the pay-per-view was short. Thank God for small miracles. Because, boy, did that pay-per-view not need to be long at all. This was a pay-per-view. I suppose we're going to get into it since we've got somebody here already. This is a pay-per-view of awards. This, in the spirit of Grammy season, in the spirit of all the other seasons, Golden Globes and whatnot, in the spirit of all the award seasons, this was the season. This was the award episode. This was or fucking pay-per-view. This was the award pay-per-view. Now, first off, I have to give an award to Peacock because I went to Peacock to try to stream this for the first time to be like, all right, let's see what this streaming looks like on Peacock, and find out that it is behind a paywall. That all the pay-per-views are going to be behind the paywall. You can't get the free version of Peacock and see the pay-per-views live. At least Peacock seems to be on this trajectory of keeping brand new stuff behind a paywall, and after a few weeks releasing it for free on the free version of the network, of the Peacock network, which I suppose is fine, because there's not really anything on NBC that's worth a damn to watch live or as it's playing in the first fucking place at all. That includes Young Rock, and that includes a lot of WWE pay-per-views. But for people that are going to be streaming it, that are going to be doing reviews and whatnot, I would imagine that they're going to have to either get themselves a VPN to watch the network on the network or just shovel out the money for Peacock, which in and of itself wouldn't be a problem if Peacock wasn't such a terrible, 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 terrible fucking app. I mean, the simple function of playing and then the ever so slightly more complicated function of either rewinding or fasting forward breaks the whole fucking thing every single time you do it. I fucking hate Peacock. I fucking hate Peacock. So I'm not looking forward to making the switch. So the first award goes to Peacock for keeping it behind the paywall, because that's the only way you would get anybody to pay for your shitty fucking app. And even then, I don't know. I didn't do it this time. I went straight with the network. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to get myself a VPN. Although if I get myself a VPN, I'm going to have to get my own actual WWE network account because I'm riding off for Trapzilla's right now. I'm dick riding Trapzilla's network subscription right now. So if I do that, that means I'm going to have to get one of my own. That's the first award. The second award goes to the kickoff show. The second award started at the kickoff show because what we saw, this was the award for the who gives a flying fuck about anything that's happening. The answer, fucking nobody. The who gives a flying fuck award for the kickoff show U.S. Championship match between Riddle and Ali. God knows I didn't give a fuck at all during this match. And here's the thing. Here's how you know WWE's in a bad way, because Ali and Riddle are two very talented guys, and and I couldn't have cared one fuck iota about what the hell was happening in the actual match. Couldn't have given shit number one. Did not care whatsoever. No, that's a little bit too much. Did not care. Did not care whatsoever about what the fuck was happening in that match. Now, after the match, you had Retribution turning on Ali, which was as predictable as a Roman Reigns title defense victory, which we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, I didn't care one way or the other about this. Bro Derek from the middle rope, who gives a shit? Retribution turns on Ali, who gives a fuck? No one cares, no one cares, no one cares. Big Nothing Burger, no one gives a fuck. The It's About Damn Fucking Time award goes to the women's championship match, the women's tag team championship match, rather. Although, in recent weeks, who are you to tell the fucking difference? That's the only women's title that they seem to be defending right now. But the women's tag team championship match between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. The match itself was really whatever, and that's a damn shame. R.I.P. Retribution. Oh, it's a shame. I'd say pour some liquor out for Retribution, but that's a waste of liquor. The same way Retribution was a waste of airtime on your television screen. And by the way, this is the live reaction show you should be going to. Corny's not doing one, so Corny's not watching this shit, and I don't fucking blame him. So you got to come here to find the actual straight dope. This women's tag match was whatever at best. Bianca seemed off. There was a wonky hot tag to Sasha Banks. Nia Jax breaks up a Sasha win. Roll up for the retention from Nia and Shayna. Unfortunately, Nia is being taken full advantage of here by Reginald because she took that man on a shopping spree and still didn't buy him a full pair of pants. I don't know why you don't buy him a full pair of pants. Let me tell you something. If you If you went to a black church and your mother or grandparents were from the South, there's no excuse whatsoever to wear suits that look like you shrunk them in the fucking dryer after having them in hot water for 3 hours. After nuking them with Mr. Zielinski's shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. No way, shape, or form. Oh, it's a fascist statement. Fucking send that statement back. That's a shitty fascist statement. Reginald looks like fucking garbage. On national television. Worldwide television, internet, global media conglomerate can't buy this man a full pair of fucking pants. And nobody in the back is telling him he looks like a or maybe that's the whole point. Maybe he buys the high water shit to look like a complete fucking goof. To look like a complete fucking moron. Because he looks like a complete fucking moron. And every time I see Reginald in his trinky-dink fucking suits, I want to slap his mama for letting him out of the house dressed like that. How fuck you get your uncle's fucking hand-me-downs if you got to, and hem them bitches up. But don't you ever, as long as you black, go out there in some high-water suit pants on national television, get the fuck out. I'm offended for his mama. I'm offended for her. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, back to the awards. The It's About Goddamn Motherfucking Time award goes to Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Finally. Having some actual goddamn tension before WrestleMania. Now, mind you, it's a whole 3 weeks. Not even a whole 3 weeks. It's a whole 20 days before WrestleMania, as they said on the Chiron. It's not even 3 weeks. But we finally get some tension between the two main participants in the biggest rivalry that anybody actually gives a fuck about at this Mania. What the fuck are we doing? How are you 3 weeks out? And this is the thing that a lot of people, it's not just me, a lot of people have said this. The build to Sasha versus Bianca has been hot fucking T-Rash from the very beginning. The fact that we're going into the second pay-per-view in a row where the main contender and the main title holder are in a fuck you tag bullshit situation for some tag titles is booking malfeasance, malpractice, and sacrilege. You have to be kidding me. And they finally did the thing they were supposed to do, which is give Sasha the heel edge a little bit. Well, golly! It's almost as if they've finally asked a fucking fan, somebody who's been in the wrestling business and not some TV writer, a wrestler, a manager, a referee, an announcer, or anybody with count them two brain cells to fucking rub together on how to actually make this seem any kind of interesting whatsoever. 3 weeks removed from the biggest event of the year with actual people in it now. You must be fucking kidding me. This is a problem. This is a problem. You have the two people that people have wanted to see, two of the people that people wanted to see in a fucking wrestling match for your fucking women's championship at fucking WrestleMania for the past at least fucking year. You finally get them together for the Mania match, for the title. And you don't do Dickie McGee's acts with it until 20 days out? Fuck you! Fuck you. Just fuck you. Give me a goddamn break. Give your talent a fucking break. Because they had the opportunity to do something big with this. And fuck this. The Sasha versus fucking Bianca is the AJ versus Shinsuke for 2021. Two talents people want to see go at it for the title that people want to see them go at it for. Major event. And you dick it up. In the stupidest way, you dick it up by not doing anything. By not doing a goddamn thing. Until 3 weeks, fuck you removed. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Then, after they finally get angry, what does WWE do? They WWE it up. Sasha gets in Bianca's face. Bianca gets in Sasha's face. Sasha does the finger points to the forehead thing. Bianca comes back. Sasha smacks her 5 across the eyes and then leaves the ring. Fantastic. Then we have to hold for 20 goddamn hours on both their smoldering faces as I don't know, were they short on that match? Was that match not go to the exact second that they dictated that match was supposed to go with the... Why are we standing there staring at Bianca Belair for days? Sitting there like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, oh, I don't believe. Okay, that's fine. See how quickly that wore itself out? See how quickly? Not even a fraction of the time that we're stuck on fucking Bianca Belair's face in the ring. I just did that for you. Fucking wore its welcome out. Fucking wore its welcome out. And then all Also, Sasha Banks is standing in the fucking aisleway, holding the belt. Yeah, for another 20 goddamn days because Kevin, fuck you, fucking beaver ass motherfucking director, fuck you, fucking Toothy McTooth, can't say cut. It's about the details. It's about little stuff like that. The ability to understand timing, to understand when to say cut. You say cut a second before you actually want to cut because it takes time for your voice to register in the ear of the person who's actually going to cut the feed. You don't wait. Hell, the amount of space in between Bianca Belair getting slapped and the final cut before we go to that goddamn commercial, I felt like it was the 20 days to WrestleMania. Who's in charge of the details? Has Vince lost his fucking mind? Is he just a senile old man sitting in a gorilla that Stephanie is waiting to kick the fucking bucket so she can officially take the company over and make it this corporate conglomerate that gives fuck all about wrestling? Because God knows they sure as fuck don't now. And miss fucking little shit like that sucks you out of your enjoyment. Fuck! Let's go to the comments. Sasha versus Bianca needs to be in the pre-show or first match of the show at WrestleMania because this feud sucks. That's a damn shame, but also it's hard for me to argue against that point. It's hard for me to argue against that point because they have fucked the whole thing up royally, and they've only got 3 more shows to fix it. And I don't think they will. Now, I need to put Reginald in a table to have a WrestleMania moment, LOL. Well, maybe that's the plan. Who knows? It's time to listen to this review as I eat some rice. Absolutely, Joey. But nope, it's not. It's time for you to like and share this live stream. Then you can eat the rice. Rhea Ripley, thank God Rhea Ripley debut on Raw tomorrow. Thank God. Who's thanking God? Rhea? She may not. She may not want to. She may turn atheist after she actually goes to Raw tomorrow. We'll get more into that later. Speaking of damn shames, the Intercontinental Championship match between Biggie and Apollo Crews, the brand new and improved Apollo Crews. I was looking very much forward to this match, especially with Biggie turning super serial, and get down to business and gonna kick some fucking ass. This is the Biggie we've been dying to see for the better part of a year now, right? Well, it started to build pretty good, and then they botched the finish. Oof. The award for that's a damn shame. The award for the biggest shame of the night is that botched finish to that Intercontinental Championship match between Biggie and Apollo Crews. That is a damn shame. Oh, that is a sin and a shame. I was really looking forward to this matchup. I really wanted to see what this new Apollo Crews had to offer. I really wanted to see Super Serial Biggie. And, the botched fuck up finish. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. And it seems like there was more match to be had which is why Apollo did the angle slams at the end, right? Because I'm guessing that the point of that match wasn't even necessarily for Apollo to win, although maybe some people were speculating that he could win. Maybe to establish, his new finisher or something, maybe the angle slam, maybe this new vicious side of him or whatever. And it just ate shit on and I'm sure that could not have been the finish that they wanted to have at the time that they wanted to have it. What a crime. What a tragedy. I was really looking forward to this matchup because these are two guys with a lot of talent who have never truly been utilized at the best of their abilities and probably at the highest of their abilities. And I'm including Biggie in that because all he's just been is this hip swiveling goof. But damn. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. That the biggest crime of the night, the biggest tragedy of the evening, had to be that match. That's a shame. That's a fucking shame. I can't take Apollo Crews' accent. Biggie's promo has really improved now. Invested right. It's still a little cartoony, but this is the first time really since Dolph Ziggler that he's ever done any super serious promo. So that was what 10 years ago? A little over 10 years ago now? Jesus. For Apollo Crews, I'm actually liking this character. He actually has some personality now. It's about time. Right, that's the other thing. He actually giving him personality as opposed to just smiling. It's about fucking time. WrestleMania 37 card completely sucks. Nothing besides Reigns versus Edge is interesting. Thank you, Charlie. We're going to get to that in a second. I hope Lashley keeps the WWE Championship till SummerSlam and face Brock Lesnar. I can only hope, though. I don't think Lesnar's coming back. We're going to move on. Braun Strowman versus Elias. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias. Elias is a stand-in for the injured Shane McMahon. They showed the picture of him training, and I was like, oh, huh? That's possibly a work. And then they said it was his left knee, and I was like, oh, that's definitely a work, because that's the leg Americans, that's the side you work in American wrestling is the left side. And then they showed a video of the training. Oh, it's definitely a work. Like, they couldn't even in the course of this 3 hours, 4-ish if you count the kickoff, and I watched the fucking kickoff show, because I just happened to be here when it started. They couldn't just fucking keep it to the picture. Some degree of maybe this is a shoot. Some degree of it at all. They couldn't keep it for that long. Of course they couldn't. Who the fuck am I talking about? Elias, this is a thing that's been irritating me for a long time. And it irritated me a lot more today because I noticed it a lot more today. The whole, let me stop and watch what's going on the Titantron as I'm in the ring against this hated opponent who did this blasphemous thing to me on the Titantron has to fucking end. It has to stop. It has to stop. I'm begging you. I'm begging you this has to stop. Also, the whole let's wait until the match starts thing, until the official bell rings thing, despite this person being my current mortal enemy across the ring from me thing, has to stop. If you're doing regular matches on SmackDown or Raw or whatever, fine. But why would Braun Strowman, this monster among men, stop it all? Why would he stop it all? He ate Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon doused him in, I don't know, gel from You Can't Do That on Television. Ask your parents, kids. They showed the footage. He stops and watches the footage. Even though he's supposed to be super, super duper angry at Shane McMahon for this, he stops and watches the footage. And then they cut back to him, and he's looking all fucking stupid, sitting there watching it. Cut back. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Fucking hit somebody! You're a monster among men! Braun! You've turned over Mack trucks! You flipped ambulances over like they were pogs! Ask your parents. And yet, in the middle of all this, despite the fact that you hate Shane McMahon, who's on a fucking crutch, rather than go attack the guy who humiliated you 2 days ago on Friday Night SmackDown, rather than just run at this, just tear him limb from limb, nothing stopping you, not even in a match anymore, then have Elias come and stop you because he wants to actually have the match. Rather than do any of that, you just sit there staring at the Titantron of him hitting you with the Nickelodeon juice and going, man, oh man, I can't wait to get my hands on Shane McMahon, who's 5 fucking feet away from me, but I'm not going to do it right now, because the rules, man. I hate wrestling sometimes. I really do. Because this would not have happened 15, 20 fucking years ago. He would have just attacked. And then you had Elias come in, right, off the distraction, boom, double axe handle from the back, or have Jason Riker, right, do something because the match hadn't officially started, then have Elias pound on him from behind, right, and then take him in the ring, and they have a match. But that's not what they did here, because common sense doesn't exist in WWE anymore. On any real level. Like, the only people who are allowed to have any common sense in their fucking matches are veterans who've been there for 10, 15 years now and are able to say, let's do this different. Jesus fucking Christ. Also, this match was just to feed Elias to Braun Strowman. Just to feed him. Mind you, Elias is 87? I don't know. He's a big dude. He's probably all the 6'10", probably. Yeah, 6'10", 6'8", 6'8"-ish, maybe. 280 pounds, probably. 75, 80 pounds. He's a big dude. He's a big fucking dude. I know he's not as big as Braun Strowman, but he's a big fucking dude. And he's treated like a jobber. He's one of the biggest dudes they have on the fucking roster. Vince loves big dudes. Treated like a jobber. Jason Riker. Treated like a jobber. It's a fucking shame. Botched Braun bulldozer. Where Braun runs around the ring and smashes into somebody. Right? He ran around the ring. Jason Riker ducked, did the drop down. He leaped over and he hit Elias. And Elias barely sold it. Because he probably barely felt it. And it fucked the whole thing up. Terrific! Bulldozer among men can't get that one simple thing that he does all the fucking time off. Light comeback by Elias, but overall was glorified squash. This match wins the award for get the fuck off my screen. What a waste of a goddamn screen time. What a waste of goddamn screen time. Oh, you can't get everybody on TV. Comments. I hope, hate this feud, please go away, Shane. I love Shane McMahon. I do. He's my birthday buddy. I've always liked him from the Attitude Era. But that was 20 years ago. He looks more like Dana White these days. And it's getting harder and harder to see him go out there. Especially for whatever the fuck he's going out there for. Now, mind you, this WrestleMania, he'll probably kill himself. And that's the whole point, is they block him from Braun. But Braun should have been trying to get to him the entire time if he was that upset about the Nickelodeon slime. But he clearly wasn't, because he didn't. I never get why the Nickelodeon slime, though. Because they're fucking stupid. Because there's clearly nobody in the back writing for this show that is allowed to come up with anything that makes any goddamn sense and present it to Vince McMahon and keep their job. That clearly has to be the reason. Also, isn't Pritchard back on the staff, and isn't Laurinaitis back on the staff? And isn't all these fucking yes men back on the staff? Because I think Vince McMahon is just in his yes man mode right now. Because he's got no competition. And he's inching nearer and nearer the grave. And all he wants is to be told yes. Goddamn shame. Goddamn shame. Braun is not a monster anymore. Another wasted talent. So fucking stupid. By the way, they buried Braun Strowman's career back when they had him flipping over Mack trucks and tearing down Titantrons, like it was just hitting Roman Reigns over the head with Titantrons and Roman still kicking out. Like they buried that shit back then. Don't get it twisted. They fucked that shit over back then. The slime was so ridiculous. No shit. Braun is the modern day Kane put in a stupid fuse. No shit again. Braun should have stayed on SmackDown. It wouldn't have mattered. It would not have mattered. Baron Corbin is another big dude that they buried repeatedly on the main roster. Baron Corbin is fucking boring as fuck. There is nothing interesting about Baron Corbin whatsoever. The most interesting thing about Baron Corbin is his finish and his setup move. That's it. That's all. There ain't no more. Baron Corbin came up with some good moves and has eaten off of it for 10 fucking years. Has it been 10 years of Baron Corbin? 5 or 10 years of Baron Corbin? Moving on. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This is technically a good match, so long as you ignore the super-duper weak premise of it. Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura teamed with Cesaro once upon a time in a team no one gave a shit about. Not even once upon a time, last year. That no one gave a shit about. One way or the other, they're not. No one considers them a real fucking team, even though I think they have the tag team titles, because tag team titles mean dick all. No one gives a shit. No, now mind you, okay, fine, they're trying to keep Rollins away from Cesaro, but still keep interest in the whatever. Just get us to Mania. Whatever. Just get us to Mania and get us to that match. Again, this was technically a good match. There were some interesting moves that they did. Including when Shinsuke had Seth sitting on the second rope and rolled back and then ran and hit him with a running German. That was really good, so long as we don't see that on a regular basis, so long as that's an every now and then situation, because how do you explain that on a regular basis? Like, that's just a stupid idea. But it looked really good that one time it happened. So very rarely should we see that out of Shinsuke. But we're going to see that shit every week, I'm sure. Some good unique covers and kicks and kickouts and kicks, to be general, as this thing winds down. They start to show how good they really are in those last couple minutes of this match. Okay, stomp for the win from Seth. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's get to Seth versus Cesaro. Let's get to Seth versus Cesaro. Let's get to Seth versus Cesaro. Corbin is garbage, but dope theme song. I don't even know his fucking theme song. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, the battle of the fucking Celtic bro Irish German something or other Europeans. No DQ match. The constant camera cuts early on in this match are its biggest fucking enemy, because you can't see the impact. It nullifies the fucking impact of the moves that they're doing. The moves that they're actually putting their bodies on the line to perform. The impact is lost because you keep fucking cutting away every time something connects that you can't actually see it. In that case, just have them pantomime. In that case, just have them do what your uncle and cousins and father and grandfather all say that they just do anyway, and just pantomime the shit. Just have it be a Power Rangers episode then. Just, ka, ha, ha, just do that. If you're going to cut the fucking camera shot anyway, just do that. What's the point of having them actually connect with anything? What's the point of having them actually do skin-on-skin shit? Just fucking have them blow everything. Have them just pantomime all the shit then. If that's what the fuck you're going to do. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Ugh. It follows the Roman Reigns Kevin Owens dynamic where they, where they travel into the stands of the Thunderdome. Fine, whatever. Drew, Tasha, Sheamus through the screens of the Thunderdome, right? That they're up on the risers and they hit some off of them through the screen. Electricity flies everywhere. But wouldn't you know it? I'm gonna give you a little corny. Wouldn't you know who won the pony? As our boy Sheamus is flying, and we see the sparks. We only see the sparks out of the corner of the screen. Because wouldn't you fucking know it? The camera goes from right here where the action is up here to Drew's face. Now, I know for a fact that they set the screens up to blow sparks. I know they did. I know they did. They had technicians come in. They had special effects guys come in. They had their pyro crew come in. Make sure it was safe enough so that when our boy Sheamus goes flying off, his fluorescent skin doesn't immediately catch on fire. Now, mind you, I'm sure he landed on a crash pad. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. And that's why they made sure not to actually show him on the crash pad. Hey, WWE, there's a detail you actually got right. But they got it wrong when they cut immediately away. You can do that shot and keep the camera pretty stationary so that we see the flying sparks. We don't see him land, and we still are blown away by this spot. But they fucked it up. Again, whoever's in charge of the details in WWE needs to be fucking fired. Put me in, coach. Whoever's in charge of the goddamn details on this multi-billion-dollar worldwide conglomerate television show needs to be shot. That said, this was another technically good Drew McIntyre match. You saw the shots that he took, the suplex off the amble case, kendo stick shots. Like, you could see him actually putting their bodies on the line here in this matchup to whatever extent you can in a match like this for a company like this in 2021. But you can see the impact of the stuff that they're doing, particularly, again, once the match wound down a little bit. And it gave it somewhat of a tether because it was no DQ, so the fall had to take place in the ring. Another technically good match. And again, it did whatever job it was supposed to do here to get us through to Mania. Although, really, technically, we shouldn't need the Fastlane pay-per-view. We've already got Elimination Chamber. We only need one February pay-per-view and then Mania, for God fucking sake. And the February pay-per-view doesn't have to be Elimination Chamber, for God fucking sake. But anyway, pretty decent match. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. Let's see. Let's go to the comments here real quick. WWE really racist Shinsuke Nakamura since 2018. Now in 2021, I just don't care anymore. And he was one of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah, and reports are that he doesn't really care anymore either. He shows up when he wants to show up, and I get it. I get it. Mel Gibson would be proud of the face paint. Drew, yeah, probably. Drew is Scottish. Sheamus is Irish. I feel WWE keep taking shots on AEW because of that pyro botch, LOL. Well, if that was a shot at AEW, they still didn't get that right. They botched their own botch of the botch. Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton, I didn't know this was going to be a match. I thought this was going to be a confrontation. I didn't think this was actually going to be a match. So now, can we have intergender matches now? Is that it? Like, is the veil lifted? They sold their shit to Peacock, and now fucking Shayna Baszler's going to take on the almighty Bobby Lashley? Is that the main event for next year's WrestleMania? Is that where we're headed? No, I'd say that, but really we all know it's going to be Charlotte defeating Drew at WrestleMania last year with the figure eight, or next year with the figure eight. We all know that's just really going to go down. It's going to be fucking Charlotte winning the championship against somebody. I didn't think this was actually going to be a match. Orton comes out, does his pose, black goo falls out of his mouth. Once again, and this is where this aspect of WWE's programming really irritated the holy fuck out of me. Randy Orton, in the course of, what's it been, 5 years now? 5-6 years now? Has been psychologically tortured, gotten into some heated street fights, no disqualification encounters in the mystical, magical home of this individual, turned his back on this individual after he was welcomed into the family after the psychological torture. Then starts up with this individual again for more psychological torture. Then this individual threatens to tries to kill Randy. Randy Orton tries to kill this individual by setting him ablaze. Then they try to set each other ablaze. Randy actually does set this individual ablaze on live pay-per-view, worldwide television. Then he gets psychologically tortured by this guy's friend, say girlfriend, for weeks at a time. Fireball in his face, has to wear the stupid luchador mask, and just dip his face in aloe vera, which is how I'm guessing he was able to recover so fast. Lose matches. She shows up behind him with black goo. Tried to sacrifice herself in a ball of flame. And yet, on this other worldwide pay-per-view, in front of a worldwide audience, in a sanctioned match, in a situation where he has carte blanche to do whatever he wants to do, and her as well. I'm guessing. It didn't say it was no DQ, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Rather than attacking the individual who just made him regurgitate black goo for the umpteenth time, rather than going and attacking her, asserting your physical dominance in this particular situation, Now, mind you, you just want men on female violence. Hold on. They said shit was okay. And in this situation, Randy Orton, I guess, is supposed to be the good guy? We're supposed to be sympathetic to Randy Orton because he's getting black goo pulled out of his throat? We're supposed to cheer for him and against Alexa? Alexis? Or Alexa? Bliss? We're supposed to cheer against Bliss? How am I getting her name wrong? We're supposed to cheer against Bliss? Yet he also just sits and waits for the right time to attack this person who's been psychologically torturing him and continuing the psychological torture that he's been engaging in for the last 5-6 years. How stupid is that? How dumb is that? And then I guess it's no disqualification because Randy Orton goes actually to charge at her and gets a flame in his face. Or we see a different angle and there's flames that pop up because it's so automatic. Of course it's cinematic. Of course it's cinematic. Of course. Then on the outside, Alexa's trying to get Randy to chase her, and he follows suit as slowly as Randy Orton does. And a lighting grid falls from the sky just in front of him. Could that be a DQ? Because she seemed to do it on purpose. That lighting grid seems to be quite the foreign object there, pal. Somebody could die. Somebody could die. She tried to kill Randy Orton. And then, throughout this whole thing, this underlying theme seemed to still be prevalent. Jim Cornette, I think he got it from Bill Watts. The invisible wall. The invisible wall. What's stopping you from attacking your sworn mortal enemy? This invisible wall. Randy can't make a move on Alexa because of the invisible wall. Alexa doesn't bother to try to even touch Randy herself. Invisible wall. Then, surprise, surprise. By the way, through this whole thing, the referees completely disappeared. After the fire came out, the referee completely disappeared. So apparently this is a match with no referee or whatever the fuck. Surprise, surprise. They got a big square hole in the ring. And the Fiend's hand comes up. And this is supposed to look like Terminator 2, I imagine. And the Fiend's face is burned up through the mask, or the mask is supposed to be a burned version of the Fiend. And he grabs Orton's ankle, and Orton jumps back, and Alexa pushes him into Sister Abby. And she covers him. She pins him. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of that. We'll go to the comments. Wish Alexa Bliss could pin me like that. The end. Randy is one lucky dude. Okay. Randy Orton needs an Oscar for this acting. Oh, does he? I feel bad for Andrade. He's such a talented wrestler. Vince doesn't want to use him. A rumor that Vince doesn't say that he is not white enough for Charlotte Flair. Probably believes that. The fact that Andrade wasn't on this show, again, goes to show what their booking processes are there at the E. Fiend's back. Yay. I'm over it. I'm over it, dog. I'm over the Fiend. I'm fucking over it. I'm fucking over it. I've been over it for a long fucking time. I hate cinematic matches. They are stupid. They fucking suck. They show a severe lack of talent, both from a wrestling standpoint and from a cinematic standpoint, because god damn it, do they also look like shit from this multi-billion-dollar company. And the other one. That's AEW for you kids watching at home. I fucking hate cinematic matches, and that's all you could do with The Fiend. So now, here comes the question. Audience is coming back at WrestleMania, right? Selling tickets. Had a promo for it on the goddamn show. What are you going to do with those cinematic matches now? First off, people thought they would be an interesting stopgap in the middle of this pandemic shit, right? We didn't get a whole lot of them for probably obvious reasons. Now that the crowds are coming back, what the fuck are you going to do with them? What the fuck are you going to do with them? Now, mind you, they did cinematic matches before. The Sister Abigail house match where the fucking flames are in the fucking house and they're fighting in the fucking dilapidated sink and Randy Orton leaves the house. It's pitch black at night, but he goes to an arena that's on here on the West Coast and it's broad fucking daylight outside because fucking time zones. How do they work? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? This is a great opportunity to reset. Fantastic opportunity right now for WWE. Just fucking reset everything. Just start over, clean slate. The last year never fucking happened. Reset the whole goddamn thing. Go back to wrestling and do it right. But I don't think that's what we're going to get. I think we are just witnessing Vince's dementia live on air. Yeah. Correct. Fucking correct, Eli. Fucking correct. And we're suffering for it. We're suffering for it. Fucking over The Fiend. Don't care what happens to The Fiend. Have never cared about anything Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton ever did together. Ever, including that first fucking time where, will he join the Wyatt family? Don't give a shit. Didn't give a fuck. Oh, there's live magnets on the fucking ring floor. Don't give a shit. Randy Orton has been on cruise control for years now. And the Fiend gimmick, really, if we're being honest, if we're being absolutely perfectly honest, the Fiend had a limited shelf life anyway. The Fiend could only be done a particular way to get any life out of it, and they exhausted that shit almost immediately. So no, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Bray Wyatt right now. I don't give a fuck. Him and his brother are living their best lives right now anyway. So if I never, and The Rock means ever, see the fucking Fiend on my fucking television ever fucking again, it'll be too soon. It's unfortunate because some of the guys I've worked with in the past are in WWE now. Yeah. It bees like that when you're in the wrestling business. I know a few guys, a few people that are in WWE. I know a few people that are in AEW. And I'm hard-pressed to really name anybody that I knew, that I've known, that is being used properly in any of the companies, in either of the major companies. I'm hard-pressed to think of anybody. As a matter of fact, I can't. It's just fucking shame. I fucking can't. I stopped caring for the Fiend since hell. Oh, don't even. I fucking forgot about that shit. Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up. Let's lighten the mood. Still, your Universal Champion. The reigning, defending, head of the table, Tribal Chief, Roman goddamn Reigns is still your champion, and that's all that matters. He's still the champ. That's all that matters. Oh, he defeat Daniel Bryan to do it. All that matters. All that matters. Daniel Bryan had him in the yes lock for a long time. And that's the end of the story. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Edge was the enforcer. Good start to this one. Nice wrestling match. This was definitely a Daniel Bryan match. This was definitely a Daniel Bryan match. The technique in it was really good. Better than I've seen in any of the recent Roman Reigns matches. On his heel turn. Thought that was an Adam Rose figure. How dare you? JC Oliver, I don't understand what you just wrote. Roman taped? No, I don't think Roman taped. Did he tape his wrist? I don't know if he taped his wrist. I don't know if he taped his wrist. I know he's got the glove. I don't know if he taped his wrist. I think that's what you're saying. That can only be what you're saying. Really good back and forth with this one. You felt the drama in this one. Is slightly different tone than you feel in the other Roman Reigns matches. I was thinking that they wouldn't do the interference this soon. I was thinking that now mind you, message retracted. You're damn right. Your message. That's right. You retract that message. You retract that. I'm giving you a chance, JC, to retract that message. The tribal chief gave you a chance to retract that message. You take it. You take it, sir. You take it. Really good back and forth. Edge is on the outside. Couldn't have given a shit less about Edge on the outside. In the end, he gets involved because the ref takes a bump, which you expect in a match like this, and he's supposed to be the enforcer. Yada, yada, yada. Jey Uso comes in. Kick, kick, kickity, kick, kick, kickity, kick, kick, kick. Daniel Bryan gets a chair. Goes to hit Roman. Accidentally hits Edge. Something. Edge comes back with the chair and lays everybody out because he's mad that he got hit. And yada, yada again. New referee comes out. Roman Reigns crawls over Daniel Bryan and gets the victory after being in the yes lock for a long time. And that's all that. Yeah, JC, listen. Roman tap out. Yes, I believe Roman does probably wear tap out clothing because they are owned by WWE now. So yes, I believe Roman Reigns probably does have some tap out workout gear, as he should. He is the tribal chief, as you can see here. By him being the tribal chief, he probably does have tap out gear. Many of his opponents don't even get the chance to tap out. He locks that guillotine in, and it's pretty fucking secure. So yes, Roman probably does wear tap out clothing. And that's all that matters. Is that Roman is your champion. That's all that matters. Roman is your champion. We're probably getting the triple threat match at Mania. I don't know how I feel about that. They're setting this thing up to be... Here's the thing. If we actually get the triple threat match, that'll actually probably be better for Edge because he won't be as exposed as he would be in just a straight up match against Roman Reigns. He won't be that, like, listen, I told you people a couple of months ago when the Rumble happened. Edge is older now than you think he is. He is older now than you think he is. And he was injury prone in his prime. So let's not put too much pressure on the old man's shoulders to carry a WrestleMania main event against the head of the table. Let's not put that kind of pressure on him. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Not on his brittle bones. He don't need it. So I'm not unconfident that we'll get the triple threat. I don't know if we should, but I mean, overall, realistically, on paper, you want a one-on-one match. I don't know that you want it with Edge and Roman at this stage in Edge's career. Roman Reigns tapes out though. Yeah, I'm sure he tapes out. He made his wrists. I know he used to tape his wrists up. I don't know if he still does. He said he would die instead of taping out, so he lied. I don't remember him saying he would. I don't remember him saying anything against using tape, Scotch tape, masking tape, duct tape, electrical tape. I don't think our tribal chief has any issues with the tape industry. I know that would be a blow to the tape industry because they, if somebody like Roman Reigns says he doesn't like tape, that's like Oprah saying she doesn't like beef. Like, you got it. If you're tribal, I don't think your tribal chief has any problem. He's used tape on his wrist for years. So I don't see. You said he was out of tape. Is that what you're saying? Maybe he was. Maybe because I don't remember seeing the tape on the wrist. Maybe he was out of tape. Maybe he was trying to, tape up his wrists and couldn't. That maybe he was out of tape. Is that what you mean? He's out of tape. Because that could only be what you mean. I'm not particularly looking forward to this WrestleMania. Just not. I was looking more forward to last year's WrestleMania with nobody in fucking attendance than I am to this WrestleMania. They've botched the Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks shit. I'm in Long Beach, bro. I'm in Long Beach. They painted themselves in a corner by giving Edge the fucking Rumble win. Strowman versus Shane is just going to be an excuse for Shane to jump off something high. And again, in his 50s, I don't know that I need to see that. Drew versus Almighty Lashley, I unfortunately think Drew's going to win the title back. And it's unfortunate because essentially you have Lashley as a transitional champion, which you can always use to give him the title back a little bit later. But they've been trying to push Drew for so long, and people are finally going to be in the building again. And they're probably going to... Here's the problem. If Drew wins, Roman wins. But if Drew loses, Roman loses. You see what I'm saying? They're going to send people home happy at least one of the nights. So Drew has to win. Damn it. Drew has to win for our tribal chief to win. That's the landscape we're in right now, folks. That's the landscape we're in right now. And I don't even think it matters if they turn the Universal match into a triple threat. I don't even think it really matters. I think even if it's a triple threat, if Drew wins, Roman wins. And if Drew loses, Roman loses, and probably to Edge. Which would, again, not be the correct thing to do. But I think they're going to do it. They'd be wrong for doing it, but I think they're going to do it. Party people, that was Fastlane. Disappointing is the biggest thing. I was really only looking to two matches. I was looking forward to Apollo and Biggie, and I was looking forward to Roman and Bryan. And Roman and Bryan delivered. Fucking Biggie and Apollo didn't. For whatever reasons, they fucking choked. And that's a shame for both of them. Because now Vince isn't going to look to either one of them the same way he was willing to do I think, before this match. And that's a shame. That's a shame. Roman is dropping the belt to either Bryan or Edge because Reigns doesn't have much top baby faces to see that's left to face anymore. Yeah, that's the other part of it. They could shake it up and send them to Raw or whatever, or send people over to SmackDown or whatever. But they don't have top baby faces to face Reigns because they have a fucking anemic roster because they booked everybody to shit on the main roster, and they just keep backing themselves. They just keep painting themselves in the fucking corners with this shitty booking and shitty details, and they're never gonna fix it. Stephanie's gonna take over and just turn it into the fucking Walmart of wrestling, and still make bonuses and make money, but they'll never fucking fix it. That's a shame. This pay-per-view is a C- grade for me. I get it. I totes get it. The only match. Let's see. There's only 2 matches. 3. 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 out of 8 matches were worth any kind of a damn. The Universal match, the no DQ match, and Seth versus Shinsuke. Seth versus Shinsuke didn't kick in until later in the match, really. Drew versus Sheamus, same. Bryan versus Roman, was there all throughout. So really, you're looking at a little over 2 matches, not even 3 full matches that were particularly good. Out of 8, yeah, I get it. Brock needs to return, and Paul Heyman would screw Roman over. Brock doesn't win. I don't think Brock wants to come back. I think Brock's made his money. I don't even think Brock wants that schedule that he had before. Otherwise, he'd have been back by now. He'd have been back for Mania. That's the biggest payday of the year. How you not going to come back for Mania? He'd had his biggest fucking payday of the year. Brock. I think if Brock doesn't come back by SummerSlam, we're never seeing Brock again. And the thing is, and even with that, do we really need or want another Brock versus Roman match where Roman's the good guy? Do we really need or want that again? We'll go right back to Superman punch, F5, Superman punch, F5, spear, Superman punch, Kimura lock, Superman punch. Do we really need that? I don't know that we really need that. Probably will. I don't think I need to be talking about this pay-per-view much more. I'm already fucking over it. Let's get us to fucking let's get us to fucking Seth versus Cesaro. And let's, I guess, get us to Bianca versus Sasha. Even though they've botched the build, maybe the match will be better. And I honestly don't care about Roman's championship match against Edge because Edge doesn't need a championship match at this point in his career. If they make it a 3-way, slightly more entertaining at that point, but not by much. And that's it. I'll likely fucking skip the fucking, if I can help it, skip the fucking Randy Orton Bray Wyatt match that we're destined to have at WrestleMania in 3 weeks. I'll likely skip that shit. What about CM Punk? LOL. Oh yeah, no, he's coming back today. He's coming. You didn't see him? He was there. He was the lighting grid that fell from the sky, almost onto Randy Orton. Randy was such a dick. He moved out of the way. He was supposed to just catch CM Punk for that cross. He was hiding in the lighting grid, costume. Ed is too old, bro. No shit. I said that in January, but nobody would listen to me because everybody had their member berries in. Remember Edge? Edge is so cool. Remember Edge? Remember Rob Zombie and Edge? I remember Rob Zombie. Edge. I remember Edge. Oh, remember Diamond Spiral? I remember Diamond Spiral. Oh, Edge. Oh, man, remember Rated R? Superstar. He was rated R. The TV show was rated PG, but he was rated R. Oh, man, remember Live Section? I remember Live Section. Oh, man. Everybody was on Edge's nuts. Except me. Because I clearly saw that Edge was hot dogging it through most of that fucking Rumble. And didn't deserve the number one contendership. So the only way to paint themselves out of that corner with Roman Reigns is to fucking insert Daniel Bryan. Which they probably should have done in the first goddamn place. But that would make too much sense. Party people, you know what else makes sense? Liking this video, subscribing to the channel. We got new stuff coming out here. Recently, I've been pretty consistent with the long overdue movie reviews that come out on Sundays. This week was Sprung and The Killing Joke. I did not like either. Spoiler alert, I didn't like either. Go to those videos and find out why I didn't like either of those. They are here on the channel, Surreal469. Like the stuff, share the stuff. I'm your favorite YouTuber. Every Thursday, I have a podcast with my homeboy Trey. It's called How Do We Even Get Here? The How Do We Even Get Here podcast. Here, I'll even make it easy for you to find. I'm on as How Do We Even Get Here. I'm going to type find in the comment section. Bam! Right there. Find. Bam! Right there. You click on How Do We Even Get Here podcast. You like it. You share it. You subscribe it every Thursday here on YouTube and on all your podcasting platforms. Just look up How Do We Even Get Here. Love your podcast, Bro 100. Thank you, JC. I love doing it. It's a fantastic show. I am currently uploading episodes to SoundCloud now, so we're going to be on We're on SoundCloud now, but I'm catching the episodes up. I think I'm in the 30s now, so I'm pretty close to catching us up. Yeah, and in the meantime, the in-between time. Cheers. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to... I don't think I'll live stream WrestleMania. I have no plans on live streaming WrestleMania. Maybe... Because I'll probably end up going to Trapzilla's house to watch it. At least one of the nights. I don't know about the other night. I may do one of the nights as a stream and the other night just going over to Trapzilla's or vice versa, whichever one that works out to be. But in the meantime, in between time, cheers.